authority calls for the immediate release of His Excellency Mohamed Bazoum, former President of the Republic of Niger. The authority also calls on the transition authorities in Niger to provide an acceptable transition timetable to constitutional order. On sanctions, the authority has resolved as follows. The authority has resolved to lift with immediate effect the following measures imposed on the Republic of Niger. A, closure of land and air borders between ECOWAS countries and Niger to be lifted. No-fly zone of all commercial flights to and from Niger is to be lifted. Suspension of all commercial and financial transactions between ECOWAS member states and Niger is to be lifted. Freezing of all service transactions, including utility services, is to be lifted. Freezing of assets of the Republic of Niger in ECOWAS central banks is to be lifted. Freezing of assets of Niger state and the state enterprises and parastatals in commercial banks is to be lifted. Suspension of Niger from all financial assistance and transactions with all financial institutions, particularly EBRD and BRID, is to be lifted. Travel ban on the government officials and their family members is also to be lifted. This decision is based on humanitarian considerations, especially as we are in the month of Lent and as we prepare for the holy month of Ramadan. The authority has also resolved to lift the sanctions regarding the recruitment of Malian citizens in statutory and professional positions within ECOWAS. The authority has also resolved to lift financial and economic sanctions on the Republic of Guinea. The authority has also instructed the President of the Commission to invite Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, and Guinea to attend technical and consultative meetings of ECOWAS, as well as all security-related meetings. The authority calls on ECOWAS institutions, member states, YMO, and other regional institutions to implement this decision. On the withdrawal of the three countries, the authority takes note of the notifications by the three member states within the context of Article 91 of the 1993 ECOWAS Revised Treaty, and further urges the countries to reconsider the decision in view of the benefits that the ECOWAS member states and their citizens enjoy in the community. The authority expresses its concern over the socio-economic, political, security, and humanitarian impacts of the decision, particularly on the citizens of the three countries and on the regional integration process. The authority further urges the three member states to resort dialogue, negotiations, and mediation to address their concerns. The authority urges the three member states to adhere to the provisions of the 1993 Revised Treaty relating to withdrawal, particularly Article 91. The authority encourages ECOWAS to sustain its rapprochement and ouvertures towards the three member states and continue to remain seized of the situation. The authority urges ECOWAS to engage the African Union, UMOA, UN, and other international organizations in its dialogue with the three countries. The authority encourages a broader outreach which should include traditional religious leaders, eminent personalities, civil society, and women leaders for the unity and security of the region. The authority reiterates the urgent need for ECOWAS to expedite the operationalization of the standby force in its kinetic mode to fight against terrorism in the region, including the elements of the multinational joint task force and the Accra Initiative. In this regard, the authority instructs the Commission as soon as possible to convene the meeting of Ministers of Finance and Defense to propose modalities for financing and equipping counter-terrorism force.